Hello, welcome to day 3 of the Aquatics GB Championships. We've had 2 days of big racing already. You can see the champions that have already got their signatures on this wall. Some big names over there and some doubles there. You can see Poppy twice. But if we walk over here, you can see all of the records that have been broken in this iconic swimming pool at the London Aquatics Centre, including Adam Peaty in 2015. That was when he broke his first world record. But there's also a lot of other names on there. Duncan Scott, quite a few times Duncan Scott, you can see him over there, and Ellie Simmons, of course, back in 2012. And Will Ellard this morning will add his name because he broke another world record. He's going to go here, but who else is going to add their name on day 3? Yes, welcome back. 2 days down, 4 days to go. We've still got lots of exciting racing still to come. We are crowning British champions here poolside, but also crucially, we are booking spots on that plane to Singapore for the World Championships. So there's a lot to swim for and there is a lot going on. If you're only just joining us halfway through this week, then we'll explain how it all works. But here are the arrivals. The swimmers have been getting ready. There's Tom Dean, there's James Guy. James Guy, busy man. He's been racing a lot over the last 2 days, but they're all up for it. There's Eva ready to go. She swam like an absolute train this morning. She was so incredibly fast. I'm looking forward to watching her later this evening. But we've been seeing records broken. There's Matt Richards there. Looks in good spirits as well. We've been seeing records broken. We've been seeing British champions being crowned. It has been a brilliant 2 days of racing. Let's explain how the finals work then. We've had the B finals already earlier this evening. We've got the British final, which is the top 8 from the heat. That is coming up. That's also what we call the A final. We've got the junior final as well, which was the next 8 fastest juniors. The B final, like I said, has already happened this evening. That was the next 8 fastest that didn't get into the A final. And also the para finals, the top 8 from the heats, get into that. And all of that is sorted out on points. So there we go. That's what you need to know. This is what is coming up on day 3 then. We've got the women's 50-metre backstroke, the men's 1500 freestyle, the women's 200-metre breaststroke, which Ankarad Evans is going for, and she is looking strong. The men's 100-metre backstroke, the women's 50-metre freestyle, and the men's 100-metre freestyle is finishing it all off this evening. And let me tell you, that event is absolutely stacked. We have no idea who is going to win that. But joining me on the sofa today is Maisie Summers-Newton, who defended her 2 Paralympic titles in Paris. That's not bad, is it?
Not too bad, yeah.
How are you doing now after Paris? You've had a few months to sort of settle back into it. You're sort of working out what you want to do. What are you doing right now?
Yeah, I'm just having a bit of time out, to be honest. I went back after Paris, back to the pool, and you know, I realised it wasn't the right time for me to go back. So I'm here this week just kind of having a bit of fun, cheering everyone from poolside, which is lovely, whilst also kind of gaining experience with the Open Doors programme that Aquatics GB are doing for some work experience. So yeah, I'm having a great time and it's lovely just to be here and support everyone.
Love it. What have you learned?
All sorts, really. How the mixed zone works, but not being an athlete, like on the other side. A bit of team management, kind of with the para guys down there. Been with my club as well, Northampton Swimming Club, a little bit. But yeah, no, I've loved every minute of it so far.
That is really exciting. Have you do you feel proud after the summer? Because what you've achieved is outstanding. Have you had time to really sort of appreciate how far you've come?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I don't think it ever properly sinks in because when you're a swimmer, you're just constantly thinking about the next day or the next competition. But I'm hoping with my time off at the moment, you know, I really am able to sink it all in and kind of take in what I have achieved so far in my career. And yeah, I am really proud of myself. Like little Maisie, 10-year-old me watching Ellie here would have never imagined it. So yeah, no, it's been brilliant.
Such a great story.
Yeah.
Well, whilst we've got you here, I feel like we should talk about everything that is coming up, but
Definitely.
most importantly, and firstly, what happened last night with Poppy Maskell in the women's 100 back? Let's take a look at it, because Poppy Maskell, this is the second gold that she won over the past 2 days. She's an outstanding athlete, isn't she?
Yeah, she's just an absolute machine, you know. Our most decorated athlete in Paris, 5 gold medals out there. And she's just a wonderful person as well. And I've seen her grow over the past 2 or 3 years especially. So yeah, I'm really proud that she's got those times already. And, you know, hopefully that takes the pressure off her a little bit more as well, just to enjoy the next few days and to just have fun in the water.
Yeah, and also Georgia Sheffield also got the time as well. So she'll be hopefully going to Singapore to put herself in a brilliant position. Talk a little bit about her. What can she achieve on Worlds?
I think she can be brilliant. You know, her and Poppy and Georgia train together in Manchester sometimes. So them two together are a wonderful little duo, and hopefully for them to experience it together and to qualify together will be amazing. So yeah, I think it will be a close race between them.
Let's move on to tonight then. And the men's 100 back is really catching my eye. Mark Tonset has already got the time that he needs for Singapore, but you can see him there thrilled afterwards. But Will Ellard as well is hoping to join him after tonight, and he's been phenomenal as well, hasn't he?
They're both amazing boys, you know. Mark this morning getting a British record and European record. I think there's more for him to come tonight. I spoke to him earlier on and he said he wasn't expecting to go that fast at all.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so I think it shows he's got more in the tank. And, you know, Will's done 2 races already this morning and did amazing in his 100 free. So hopefully tonight, you know, a bit more rested, he can go a little bit faster in his 100 back, and both Mark and Will definitely ones to look for tonight.
How difficult is it when you are racing so much? Like you say, he did 2 this morning, and I spoke to him and he said he's just felt quite knackered, to be honest, and he's got to get himself back up for tonight. How difficult is that?
It can be quite hard, and like you said, you know, earlier, James Guys, this is his 3rd day of racing so far. But I think it's just making sure that you trust yourself, trust your coach, and trust how much work you've already done so far this season. And hopefully, you know, they can take themselves away, take them back to the hotel, refuel, relax, have a nap if that's what they do. And yeah, I think just the evening just has so much more adrenaline. You know, we've got so many people up there watching, and have a little pep talk with your coach before. And yeah, I think they'll both be brilliant tonight.
Well, Maisie, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to see you running the show. You're going to be running the mix zone, aren't you?
Hopefully.
But Will Ellard also, like Maisie just mentioned, set the world record for the 100-metre back S14. He did it again. He matched his world record. He is a machine out there. But that isn't in the world programme, so it doesn't mean that he's going to be racing this evening. But I spoke to him after that historic achievement. Will, congratulations. You just equalled your world record time out there. Did it feel as good as it looked?
I didn't feel the best on the back end, but the front end felt quite good. I knew the boys, obviously, they're quite fresh going into it because I had the 100 back about 40 minutes ago, so I had to heat swim that a little bit, and I've got the power final later. But that's only a heat for me, so I ended able-bodied, so just see if I can go a bit faster. And I've been that time 3 times now, 21:07 I think it was.
It was indeed, yeah. You are going out like an absolute rocket. You must be so pleased.
Well, I've been trying to get under the 51 barrier for a long time, so I think next, if I had a final, I'll probably be able to go under that with a bit more rest and clear water in front of me, but that's not available for me, so I have to sit back and watch some of the big boys, and I got 100 back later with Mark, and hopefully I could try and stay with him.
Well, good luck. We can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
OK, so this is how it works for selection with the Paris swimming. There's 24 places in total up for grabs to go to Singapore. Up to 18 will be selected at these championships. They must go under that time in the heats or the finals. They've got 2 shots to do it. No one will automatically be selected, and all athletes under the time will be under consideration. This is how it works in the swimming then. Let's get that up. First place under the time, it's easy. They're on that plane to Singapore. Second place, under the time, they're in with a great chance. Remember the relays, there's if you finish in the top 4, then you've got that ticket to Singapore. And there's also discretionary picks, and there's a max team of 30. And as you can see on your screen there are a few athletes that are pre-selected, one of which is on the sofa. He's with me now. 6-time Olympic medalist Ben Proud. Hello, welcome. Are you okay?
All good. Yeah, it's good to be here on poolside and getting ready.
Yeah, I bet. We're going to be seeing you this weekend in action. Are you sort of raring to go? What's your mindset?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually utilising this pre-selection to my advantage and just using it as a good meet to get done. But very excited to be here watching everyone race, and post-Olympics is always a really exciting time. Next generation is coming through and some really exciting swims.
Well, the man on the sofa next to you, Dan Jervis, has been making his debut in commentary. Have you listened to any of it?
I have. It's been a great podcast every day.
Are you enjoying it, though, Dan?
I'm loving it. I'm having the time of my life. As you just said, it's the first time me ever doing it, so I'm learning something new every session. But it's good. It's intense, but it's good. I have a lot of respect for what you do.
Well, don't. It's very easy. Ben, I've got to talk to you about sort of where are you at with your training at the moment? Where are you at sort of mentally? You were so successful in Paris. What does the next sort of year and a bit look like for you?
Well, I mean, I think it's different for everyone, but you've seen everyone who came back from Paris having different routes, different journeys. Some got back in early. I did take an extended break, and I'm looking to slowly build myself back in. I've just turned 30, so I'm getting to the older side of things.
Oh, welcome. I'm in the 30 club as well. It's a dark time.
But yeah, I'm just growing, and I think every year you're in swimming, you realise there's still so much more to learn, and I'm loving the journey and still think there's more to come.
We know you love the 50-metre events. You're so good at them. Obviously, some of them are going to be added, they're being added to the Olympic programme now. How is that going to affect you, and are you happy about it?
I mean, it's definitely an advantage for myself. It opens up another medal opportunity, but I'm a bit scared that it might change the landscape of swimming. I think 50s are seen as an easy event, but it needs to be approached in a very, very mature manner. Really, like, if you take anything away from what you're training, how do you replace it with something else? And so I think all the coaches and athletes now, with this whole exciting news, need to look into it in a different way and almost approach it in a very professional style.
Well, the good news for you is that you could win more medals at the Olympics. So, I mean, that's a big tick, surely.
Yeah, very, very excited. And 50 fly was the reason I started swimming. So to bring it back is going to be very fun. This year hasn't become in contention because it's such a new news. But I think over the next 3-4 year period, you're going to see a lot of people developing the 50s. And got some great juniors coming through as well who have this news and can really target that event. Well,
while I've got you two here, I've picked some of the exciting events that I'm really looking forward to for this evening. Let's start with the women's 200-metre breast. Dan, Angharad Evans, she looked in phenomenal form this morning. What are you expecting to see from her tonight?
She was in phenomenal form this morning. She was really long in the water. She had a big smile on her face when she finished. I think she could go a lot quicker tonight. I don't think she could be far off that British record if I'm completely honest.
Really?
Yeah, I think she's going to be very, very fast.
It seems so difficult, the women's 200-metre breast, because it's quite sort of tactical. You can't go out really fast, but you've got to end really fast. I know that sounds like a really stupid thing to say, but you could empty the tank too quickly, couldn't you?
Yeah, and that would be... 200 is a brutal event because it's not a sprint, but it's not far off. So if you misjudge the first 100, you've still got 100 metres to go. And that last 50, especially that last 25, can feel like you're dragging something very heavy behind you.
Ben, have you ever done a 200-metre breast?
I have not. I do have a lot of admiration for these people, though. It's a real class of technical technique and tactics and, of course, physical endurance. So really tough event, and excited to see how it comes out tonight.
Let's take a look at the men's 100 back. Johnny Marshall is one of the swimmers in this. He's obviously been training out in America. What do you want to see from him tonight?
Well, I think Johnny Marshall is one of these really underlooked swimmers within our team. He's one of these fresh faces, really talented swimmer. And, he's really targeting that 52 second. And
Ollie Morgan over there as well. He'll have something to say about that.
He will. I mean, current British record holder, fantastic swimmer, loads of experience. He's really going to push it, but expect a good race.
I'm also intrigued by Matt Ward as well, because he looked really good in heats this morning.
Yep, PB this morning, and to do that in the morning is fantastic. There's definitely more there in the afternoon, but it's putting that together in a race.
What about then the men's 100 free? This one is so stacked. Anybody could win this. Alex Cahoon first on our screen. Dan, what are you expecting from this man?
I'm expecting big things. You know, he came fourth in this event last year, and not only are we looking for gold, silver, bronze in this race tonight, this is also the qualification for the men's 4x1 freestyle, who have already qualified in Singapore.
Ben, Tom Dean, this is the only event that he is swimming because he's starting to come back after his break after Paris. What sort of fitness is he in?
Well, yeah, he's like I said, everyone's taking different breaks this year. You know, don't expect too much from these top guys. You know, they're trying to peak in the summer, but I think it's for him a good chance to blow out the cobwebs, get himself back into the pool, and I think he's going to surprise himself. Matt
Richards, though, I think he is looking very good. He was so up for it this morning.
Yeah, he's the best 100 freestyler we've ever had in our country, and you know, he's young, he's ambitious, he wants it, and I think he's going to give him a good race. But he's there's a couple of people right there knocking on the door, and he's going to have to fight them off.
One of those could be Jacob Mills, couldn't it? Junior, but he qualified second fastest today. Were you expecting that?
Not at all. When I saw that, I was really impressed. Jacob Mills, only 17, not yet turned 18. Swimming 48.1 is something that the whole world will see as very impressive. So tonight will be a really good test. It'll be a chance for him to go into a competitive environment, race these top guys in the world, and see how he goes in these high-stress situations.
Maybe we'll hear you on a bit of commentary, Ben. Who knows? But Dan, you've got to leg it up there because it's about to start, mate. Off you go. We'll hand you over to Andy Jameson then, and Dan as well. And thank you very much, Ben, for joining us.
Thank you.
What a fascinating chat that was. Thank you, Betty. Absolutely love listening to those two guys. So what a final session we've got. This is night 3. We've got straight up into the junior final, the women's 50 metres backstroke. And there are also 2 juniors in the A final here. They're in lanes 4 and 6. So not only have we got these 8 juniors, but we've got 2 super juniors in the A final. A new Olympic event, of course. Fully expect the Olympic trials in 3 years' time to be full of these juniors. 4 lifetime best to qualify for this junior final. 2 seasons best as well. Fastest seed in lane 4 is Anna Tyres of Derby Excel. Vanilla Woodies have repped in 5. So that's 4 and 5. Tyres and Woodies.
Your marks.
Just one length backstroke. It's the junior final of the women's 50 metres backstroke of this 2025 Aquatics GB Championships. Oh, and she's meant to go 15 underwater. I wonder if she went a little bit far there in lane number 5. We'll have to check that, but Anna Tyres of Derby, really good first 30 metres or so, very close indeed, maybe right at the top there. Hallie Harris, great swim from her, certainly the first 35. Can she bring it home? Also going well is Wood in 2, Price in 3. So close. Who gets the touch? Equal first. It is Isabella Price in lane 3 from Rhea Harrand, also touching first in lane 7. So lanes 3 and 7 first, and third was Hallie Harris. Goodness me, thank goodness for electronic timing. Tied to 1/100th, 29.52. Lanes 3 and 7, there we go. Tied for first, 29.52, and just 7/100ths back in third. My goodness me, amazing, so close. 7/100ths split the top 3. Straight into the multi-classification final of this women's 50 backstroke, and over to Paul Noble again to take us through this one.
Thanks, Andy. 3 swimmers taking the start in this 50 metres backstroke multi-classification. There's Ellie Chalice, a familiar entrance onto the poolside for Ellie Chalice with that little scooter. 55.82 in qualification. That was inside the qualifying standard for the Singapore World Championships. Singapore also the location for the Para World Championships this year. We saw Claire Connon going through. And here is Tully Kearney in the centre lane. So 3 different classifications here. Tully Kearney swimming in the S5 classification. Claire Connon in the S4. And Ellie Chalice in the S3. So they all have different targets. All have targets of a time which is roughly equivalent to the world record for their own classification in this event. And the closer they get to that world record mark, the bigger the number of points. Yeah, Ellie Chalice made that qualifying standard this morning. She's one of 6 so far that has made that qualification standard. I wonder if we're going to get maybe another one tonight. Tully Kearney, not too far away from that standard time, which is 41.19 for her. She was only just outside that in the heats this morning. See the different impairments for the different classifications. It's a multi-classification event. And these para swimmers, Tully Kearney has, because of her impairment, she has that starting device that she is able to hold onto at the start of this backstroke. She won't get any propulsion from the legs. Ellie Chalice also has cords that she holds onto. All these starting devices, all approved by the technical officials. All 3 of these swimmers are British record holders in their respective classifications, and Tully Kearney, I think, means business here. Tully Kearney going out. She is a British record holder in 40.99. She was a double Paralympic gold medalist in the freestyle events in Paris. And I wonder if Tully can challenge her own British record of 40.99. If she does that, she's going to be inside that qualification criteria time for Singapore. But here comes Tully Kearney. 40.99 is the record time she's looking for, and it's just slipped by for Tully. 43.05 for her. Claire Connon is going to be next into the wall. Her British record is just slipped by as well, 50 point. And here comes Ellie Chalice. Could she get the biggest number of points? She certainly can. 863 points. Ellie Chalice closest to the world record for her own classification. And the Paralympic champion in this event will claim the British title. 56.25, slightly slower than she went this morning, but inside that Singapore consideration time. So Ellie Chalice can be very happy with her day's work. And there you see Tully Kearney go away from the rest of the field. It almost sorted itself out in classification, so the S5 a lesser impairment than the S4. The S3 more impaired than the S4 swimmers, than the S4 and 5 in that. That's Tully Kearney and Claire Connon. So in terms of time, Tully Kearney first to the wall, but in terms of points, it's Ellie Chalice that tops the points tally. 863 points. Remember, 1,000 points equivalent to a world record time, so 1,000 points. 863 points, not too far away. That's a world-class swim from the Paralympic champion, Ellie Chalice, and she will take another gold to add to the one that she won in the 50 breaststroke earlier this week. Claire Connon will take silver, and Tully Kearney will take the bronze. Ellie Chalice, qualification time, and a British title to boot. Well done, Ellie. The swimmers just exiting the water, making their way over to the medal presentation area. Those will be the 3 medalists that you can see on your screen: Ellie Chalice, Claire Connon, and Tully Kearney, gold, silver and bronze respectively.
And Paul, you were talking about the qualifiers for the Para World Championships. 6 qualifiers so far. Is that what you were expecting?
Yeah, I think so. It's very, very tough qualification standards. We're just halfway after tonight's session. So, well, it's a good number, I think. We're hoping for more as the week goes on, let's put it that way. But it's tough. Very tough. Well, Ellie Chalice is now with Betty on poolside.
Well, everybody, give it up for our medalists. Ellie, I'm going to come and talk to you because another gold for you, and you are under the time that you needed to go to Singapore. You did it in qualifying earlier, and you also just did it then. You must be feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, you know, that's all I wanted coming into this meet was that time, and, you know, I can go home happy. Got to swim on Sunday, so we'll see what happens. But, yeah, pretty happy with this meet so far.
Is there anything that you sort of learn out there that you can take into Sunday?
I don't know.
To be fair, you have just raced a race, so that was probably a stupid question for me. Congratulations, Ellie, though. You are another gold medalist. Give it up for your top three, everybody.
So medal presentations now for these 50 metres backstroke multi-classification.
The medals will be presented by Katrina McKinnon from Hatflow Swimming Club.
One of the young swimmers making these presentations. Sally Kearney with the bronze, Claire Connon with that silver medal, and there is the champion, Ellie Chalice. Well done, Ellie Chalice. Another title and the qualification time. This is her big event, the 50 metres backstroke. It's the one where she has won the Paralympic title and the world champion as well. Didn't see that scooter, Andy. That's the one you want a little go on earlier in the week.
Paul, I absolutely love it. Just the way she goes wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. She goes, look at this thing. Watch how she uses it. Utterly extraordinary. I love it.
I really don't think you're going to get on that, Andy, to be fair.
Well,
I mean, you know,
do you think
you're a big guy.
They might make one Andy's size.
You're not Ben Proud, but you're a big guy.
It looks great fun, I've got to tell you. Great fun. What a fabulous way. She's just gone down the ramp. What a shame we missed that. Great fun. So here we go. It's the final of the women's 50 metres backstroke. And you saw the British record on the screen there for Kathleen Dawson. She's going in lane number 3, the British and Scottish record holder. Sophie de Groot in lane 1. In 2, well, in 8, it was Georgia Pryor. Rebecca Sutton there just coming out. Neem Ward in lane number 2 from University of Bath. 7th on the 100 metres backstroke. Ella Justice from Mount Kelly. Huge lifetime best to qualify in 4th position. Great swim from her. Olympic gold medalist in 3, Kathleen Dawson. British record holder, Scottish record holder. Lauren Cox. Silver on the 100. I know she was a little bit disappointed on that, but this is her event. Bronze medalist at the World Championships. And Blythe Kinsman, the junior, one of 2 juniors in this final. Big lifetime best to qualify. Qualified for the European Junior Championships on the 100 back. This, of course, the 50. Well, Dan, what a lane lineup this is. And Blythe Kinsman, she's a sandwich in a big pieces of bread, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Blythe is a junior. She's only 17 years old, and she is between an Olympic gold medalist and the world champ. How is she going to respond to this? These very experienced athletes. Now, talking to Kathleen earlier, she has had 2 surgeries in the last 12 months, and so I think she's just happy to be here and swimming fast.
Yeah, she certainly is, and it was great to hear her talking like that because, well, she's had big back surgery, and I think she's had ankle surgery. Dawson, the British record holder, in 3. The junior in 4, there's another in 6. 2 juniors in this final. Great to see that. I expect some fireworks from Cox as well. Now, it is a new Olympic event, but no qualification standards from this World Championships. The rules just changed just last week, so it'll be fascinating to see what time they can do here. The final of the women's 50 backstroke. Dawson in 3, Kinsman 4, Cox in 5, Justice 6. 1 length backstroke, 15 metres underwater allowed. Let's see who gets the best starts here. Very good indeed from 3 and 5. That's Dawson and Cox. Dawson and Cox really very fast revving action. Very powerful is Lauren Cox in lane number 5 from Loughborough Performance. And this is a good swim. Coming back now is Blythe Kinsman in 4. And she's really having a go. It looks like it might be Cox, though. And if she can get the finish here, she's going to win it. Her entry time was 28.14, 27.72. Well, that's really very good. Just outside the British record of 27.19. But Lauren Cox wins it. And Blythe Kinsman's gone under 28 seconds as well. 27.93 for the silver. The bronze to Kathleen Dawson. And Blythe Kinsman, well, qualified for the European Junior Championships on the 100. Just come silver medalist on the 50. Brilliant.
great swims there from all these girls. Kathleen definitely had the best start. I think she's the most experienced in this field. But Blythe came back like a rocket, and Lauren, she was just unstoppable in that race.
Well, she was the class of the field recently, certainly. I mean, the British record holder is Dawson, but with those 2 surgeries, very tough to come back so quickly here. And on the left-hand side, that's better. A lovely smile, a lovely thumbs up. She was a little bit disappointed after the 100 yesterday, but that makes up for it. Gold to Lauren Cox of Loughborough, 27.72. Silver to Blythe Kinsman, and bronze to Kathleen Dawson. Excellent swimming.
Wow, what about that? And it is a gold medal for Lauren Cox. Lauren, I'm going to come and talk to you now. I know you were a bit disappointed the other day, so how thrilled are you with that?
Yeah, really happy. I love the 50, and I'm so glad it's an Olympic event now. So, yeah, happy.
I was going to ask you about that, actually. Is that a plan now? Is that changing your training schedule? So are you going to target that?
No, I still want to do the 100 because I love it, and I think there's a great relay chance in that. But I love the 52, and my 100 training pays off in the 50, so I think I should stick at it.
You also had a really fast stroke rate out there, and you went off really, really fast. Was that part of your plan?
Yeah, my stroke rate's one of my super strengths, so I just try and capitalise on that.
Well, congratulations, and also well done to Blythe and Kathleen. Give it up for your top 3, everybody!
Well, that really was excellent, and lanes 3, 4 and 5 getting the medals in order, 5, 4 and 3. Lauren Cox, the bronze medalist at the World Championships, winning the gold. Delighted to see that, because I do think she was a little bit upset after that 100 metres backstroke, so to take the gold here on the 50, super stuff.
Yeah, you know, this is Kathleen Dawson just winning the bronze medal there. Now Blythe Kingsman, who looked great. She's so happy with that, as she should be. And, you know, looking great in less than 4 years' time now. These girls will be fighting out for that place on that Los Angeles Olympic team in this event. There's Lauren. Look how happy she is. I'm so happy for her.
Oh, that is fantastic, isn't it? Posing for the photograph. I can tell you that 6 women and 4 men have qualified for the European Juniors team, which is going to Slovakia later this summer. And we've also got 11 swimmers qualified for the World Championships. And there's the ready room for the 1500 metres freestyle. David Davis has got the British record. You must have been so close to that so many times.
I was half a second off it a few times.
Wow, half a second on 14 minutes 45. That's brutal, isn't it? It really is. So here is the full lineup. Well, that was the full lineup for the men's 1500 metres freestyle. In lane 9, it's Arthur Logan. 10 lanes used for this because it is the final heat of the men's 1500 metres freestyle. So in lane 0, Sean McCann. That was Sean just going through this shot before. Now Arthur Logan of Edinburgh University. Samuel Sterry of Jersey Tigers up there in lane number 1. And then Ethan Kelly of the City of Liverpool. You know what? I think it was Ethan Kelly's parents that we met in the food hall. Absolutely lovely people.
Giving them a good shout out now. They were lovely to meet, those people. I'm really hoping he does well today.
So do I. So do I. So Luke McGee of Loughborough University goes in lane 2. And then Luke Hornsey, well, he's in 7. Next to him is Harry Wynne-Jones of Loughborough in 6. And then the fastest 3, Thomas Sowakop of Swansea University. Swansea ranked 1 and 3 coming into this final. And Reece Grady, Arizona State Sun Devil, just finished his freshman year out there in Tempe, Arizona, 4th on the 400 metres freestyle. And Alexander Sargent, the fastest of the 2-seeded Swansea University swimmers. At the Summer Championships, won silver on the 400 metres freestyle last year. Silver on the 8, silver on the 15. Can he go one better here and claim the British title?
I think he's got a good chance, Andy. He looked so good last year, and I think, you know, he hasn't long joined Swansea University. He's had a new programme, a new coach, and we'll be talking more about that doing this 1500. But we could see anything from him. He could surprise us here.
I think there's a couple of people looking to surprise us. I know Rhys Grady would like to go quickly, representing Stockport Metro here in lane number 5, and I'm sure the two guys from Swansea will go head-to-head, try and push each other as fast as they can. And what an opportunity. No Dan Jervis in this field. He's sitting next to me. The Welsh Rocket has hung up his suit, so medals now absolutely wide open here. .30 lengths of the pool. It's the final heat of the men's 1500 metres freestyle. And normally in the final sessions, they only allow 8 lanes to be used. But because this is the final heat, it is still a heat. So therefore, it's swum under heat rules, which is 10 lanes. So this will be the only race this evening with all 10 lanes being used. Look at that beautiful freestyle stroke there. Very high elbow position. And he's gone off very quickly in lane number 4, hasn't he, as Alexander Sargent.
Yeah, he is looking very in control now. As we said before these boys dived in, Alex has not long moved to Swansea University, my old team. He's coached by my old coach, Adam Baker, fantastic distance coach. I cannot praise Adam enough. He changed my life. But what it'd be really interesting to see how him and Alex work together. You know, obviously when you start a new program with a new coach, not only are you dealing with the new training, but you're also dealing with the new relationship with the coach. You know, like you spend more time with your coach than your own parents. Well, I did anyway, and so you have to get on with them. And obviously, it's not all plain sailing. Me and Adam had many bust-ups over the years, but you know,
did you really?
Yeah, we did. But wow. we learned how to deal with them as well. And yeah, it was good to let off steam sometimes, but it's even more important to bring it back and look at what is the real focus.
Oh, it's fascinating. It really is. And what sort of stuff did you disagree or agree on most? I mean, if there was something, was it tactical? Did he say go earlier? Did he say go faster earlier, just like the commentator did on the telly?
I think he said that, but in a different way. I think Adam just kept reminding me, Dan, he was like, listen, you train every day to be the best swimmer in the world. You can do it. Just believe in yourself. Just trust your training.
There you go. There you go. That's that's fabulous line, and it's absolutely true, isn't it? It's funny, isn't it? Because sometimes you do get really nervous, and I got really nervous before my Olympic final, and so I'd practiced my psychological chat. My chat there was, Andy, you've done hundreds and hundreds of thousands of lengths. Can you not do 2 lengths butterfly right now? Of course you can. In which case, for goodness sake, get on with it.
Yeah, you know, I've spoke to many psychologists over the years, because you need all that help when you're an Olympic athlete. And these boys, I'm sure, will become those one day. And there is a saying that training is 90% physical, 10% mental. But in a competition, it flips. You've already done the hard work. Competition is actually just the fun bit.
Indeed. So this is fascinating. Right in the centre here, the medals at this 2025 Aquatics GB Championships up for grabs. And those medals, certainly the gold medal up for grabs, because there's a certain Dan Jervis sitting next to me. Dan, does it feel a little bit weird that you're not actually in this race, but you're sitting here next to me talking about it?
So we've been here for a few days now. This is day 3, and all week I've been like, no, you know, I'm really glad where we are. It's lovely. Like, I love watching the swimming, but I've been glad all week I'm not in the pool. But if I can be honest with you, Andy, this is the first time where I think to myself, oh, I do miss it. I loved my job.
Oh, that is fascinating. Love to be in here going head-to-head with these guys. And I have to say that Alexander, keep on calling him Anthony, Alexander Sargent, the faster of the 2 Swansea boys at the moment in lane number 4, going well. But tracking him is Rhys Grady in 5. Grady, lovely, long, powerful stroke. He's got a cracking suntan as well. Got that at Arizona State University in the desert. Trains outdoors there. 50-metre pool they've got, a 25-yard pool and another 25-yard pool. 10 lanes long, 20 lanes wide. Fabulous facilities it is out there at Arizona State. And he's just taken the lead as Rhys Grady here. This is interesting. The blue hat of Stockport Metro. just starting to push the pace a little bit. That was the 400-metre turn. And how do you see it going at the moment? This is a little bit cat and mouse at the moment, but it looks like Grady pushing the pace at that 400 turn.
Yeah, he is, and I can see him pulling away a little bit, so all I hope now is Alex can hold on. You know, all he has to do is just up the stroke rate a little bit. Now, I know that is very much easier said than done, but I think if he can manage to stay with Rhys Grady, they can really pull each other through this first 1,000 metres, and then the last 500, it's basically down to Andy. Who wants it more? But we definitely can't forget about lane 7, Luke Hornsey. He's looking over, he's looking to the right, so he can now see Rhys Grady and Alexander Sargent, and hopefully he can keep up with them as well.
Well, that's important first third down. That's 500 metres done of this 1,500 metres freestyle. And well, very much the fastest split so far in terms of the 50 splits has come from Rhys Grady. 30.83. He was a quarter of a second fast on the previous 50. In actual fact, exactly the same split. 30.83 on that last 50 just then. Rhys Grady in 5 from Alexander Sargent in 4. So Sargent has stemmed the tide for the moment. And let's see what the splits are there for Grady and Sargent. 30.9 for Sargent, 31.0 for Grady. So Sargent just came back a tiny bit, just by 1/10 of a second. The black hat at the top of those two, from the blue hat closer to us.
Yeah, I think what I'm noticing here is Alex is breathing to the left, so every time he's coming up the pool on the even lengths, he can see exactly where he is. Now, on the odd lengths, he's looking the other way, so that gives Rhys Grady a chance to kind of make a little bit of an edge on him.
Well, that was 0.2 of a second faster from Rhys Grady than it was Alexander Sargent, and he just got what was that, about 30 centimetres or so ahead on that last 50. So that was the 600 metres turn, 900 to go. And it's just starting to warm up a little bit here. Also going well in lane 7 at the moment. It's Luke Hornsey of Edinburgh University, and starting to come into it as well as Harry Wynne-Jones of Loughborough, between the two of them. So this is just starting to warm up now. Starting to get a little bit pokey, isn't it? I'm quite excited about this. Grady leading in 5, from Sargent in 4. Then it's getting pretty close. I think in 7 it's Hornsey, from 6 Harry Wynne-Jones, and also starting to come through up there in 2 is Luke McGee of Loughborough.
Yeah, I know exactly what these boys are thinking right now. They're getting to the 700 mark, so one more length and they're halfway, and that halfway is a big milestone, that 750 mark, because you think to yourself, right, I'm over the brow of the hill now. You're not exactly on the last leg of the race, but you can start to see it coming around the corner, and definitely with 500 metres to go, you really start to pick up the pace, and it starts to get exciting. You'll start to hear the crowd, because momentum is building during this race. You've got time to build it.
And you say it's you've just gone over the brow of the hill, and this is the turn where he's going to go over the brow of the hill at the halfway mark. That's it. And the time's 7:39, so they're on for about a 15:20-ish at the moment, which is right on Rhys Grady's lifetime best. When you say the brow of the hill, he's just gone over it, so does that mean it's all downhill from now?
I'd think of it in a way as, I always found the second half of the race physically much more taxing, much harder, but mentally you're over the hardest bit.
Wow, that really is interesting. So here we go. That is the 800 metre turn, 8 minutes 10.2, and a 30.98 for Rhys Grady in lane 5. In fact, the next fastest split now is Luke Hornsey in 7, closer to us. He's just starting to catch up Alexander Sargent in 4. So no doubt about the leader. It is Grady in 5, but just 2 lanes closer to us when we get that wide shot. Here we go. He's just starting to catch up now, the swimmer in second place. So Sargent's just got it, but definitely Luke Hornsey's catching up.
Yeah, no, Alex took a big breath into that turn, and what he needs to do now is he really needs to focus on those little details. So, as we've said a few times today during the 1500s this morning, which I want to talk about, Andy, because obviously we have to talk about Aidan Thomas's 1500 this morning. But what happened, what happens during a 1500, there's 29 turns. If you get something small wrong in one turn, then that can happen every turn. If you add half a second every turn, that's 14.5 seconds added. So it's just as easy to add 14.5 seconds, nearly 15 seconds. But you can also reverse that. You can also take it away. If you get something spot on right, you can easily take 15 seconds off a 1500.
There you go, easily. That sounds... I wish I knew how to do that. It sounds so simple when you talk about it, but these guys now have been going on for, what is that, 19 lengths there. And it sounds so simple, Dan, when you're talking about it like that. It's lovely to hear, I've got to say, but also got to say that Rhys Grady's starting to look very good indeed. Well, there will be a new British champion in this 1500 metres freestyle, because the previous champion, Dan Jervis, is sitting next to me and telling you how to do it. And he's just starting to swim away again, and this is really impressive stuff. This is the 2/3 mark that Dan was talking about. This is the 1,000-metre turn. Over first is Rhys Grady. Second, just I think in lane 4 is Sargent, but it was very close indeed. Look at that. 16 100ths back now. That's it. Is Luke Hornsey in lane 7. But Hornsey's turn's not quite as good as Sargent's turns, so he's got a little bit of work to do again to get closer.
Yeah, now he's got nearly 450 metres left. So now he's going to start to think to himself, when he gets to the end of this 100, he's only got 400 metres left. Now, I know that does sound a lot, but these boys have already swum a 400 this week. You know, so they think to themselves, right, well, I've already swum what I've got to swim, what I've got left.
I know what you're saying.
It's so much easier said than done. I'm sitting here now saying all this. If I was in that pool, I'd be so annoyed at me right now. But it's true. If you think of it like that.
Yeah. You're talking to a 100 metres fly, 100 metres freestyler. You've only got 400 metres to do. That was about a year's racing for me. Well, this is actually getting very, very interesting indeed, because I was calling Rhys Grady looking fairly comfortable and swimming away. He's just been caught up by 0.3 of a second on that last 50 and 0.2 on the 50 before by Alexander Sargent, who I thought was gone. He's starting to catch up. He's caught up half a second over the last 100 metres. Can he catch up in lane 5? This is really very interesting indeed. Now he's on his feet. Look at this. So the split there, 30.96, 30.4. Half a second faster, the swimmer in second, than the swimmer leading.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is Alex's strategy. You know, I come from Swansea. I know the coach and I know the programme extremely well. And I know Adam Baker, Alex's new coach, does like to focus on the last bit of the event, because that is the most important bit. As long as you touch the wall first, you've won it. You know, and this is exactly what Alex would have been training for. Can Rhys hold him off?
Well, he's now, that one was 6 100ths faster, not a lot, so Rhys maybe seen him and started to increase the pace. Only 6 lengths left in this final heat of the men's 1500 metres freestyle, and Rhys Grady swam it very well so far. Pretty even pace all the way through. Alexander Sargent in second place at the moment in lane 5. Went out quite quickly, allowed himself to get caught up and overtaken, but he's just started to reel in the leader, Rhys Grady. So it's Grady in 5, from Sargent in 4. Still going very well in lane 7 is Luke Hornsey, and Hornsey looking good. In 4th place at the moment, I think it's up there in lane 2, is Luke McGee. 5th and 6, it's Harry Wynne-Jones. But this race is not over at all.
Rhys has definitely just picked up the pace. He just had, for the first time in a few 50s, he just had the fastest 50, faster 50 than Alex. These boys are hurting now, Andy. They are. They look fantastic. I really got to say that for them. The stroke is still long. They've got a very, very good pace, but I know exactly how they are feeling. Their stomachs hurting. Their arms are killing them. Their legs are burning. And their lungs are probably burning as well.
Hey, that's enough. Getting exhausted listening to you. 1.6 seconds split these two at that last turn. Their splits were exactly the same on that last 50. So has... Here, Rhys Grady stopped the rot. Let's have a look. 30.7 to 30.8. So Grady now just gone 13 100ths faster on that last 50. Not a lot, but the turn from Alexander Sargent slightly better. Looks like Rhys Grady looks slightly more fresh of the two. What do you think here?
He does. He's all of a sudden just pulled away a little bit. He's probably thinking, I've got a little bit more left in me now for the last 100. And here we go. The bell starts right now. To a distance swimmer's ears, that is music. That is exactly what you want to hear, because you've only got 2 lengths left. And those 2 lengths, they're not going to be easy. They're going to be maximum effort, or as fast as you can possibly go, whatever you've got left. But Rhys Grady really does look as if he's pulling away now. What a fantastic pacing of the race.
He looks pretty fresh as well. Look at this. He's just gone 0.4 of a second faster on that last 50 than Alexander Sargent. So it looks like it may be all over by the shouting here. Just 1 length left. And you can just see those turn judges holding up number 1. 1 length left. Here we go. 30.3 versus 30.6. He looks very fresh. What has Alexander Sargent got left here?
Oh, I don't know, but we're going to see it in the next 30 metres. We can't forget about Luke Hornsey. He's been 2 lanes over, but he's really held his place in. But I've just got to say, look how good Rhys looks on this last 15. He looks mint.
Well, he looks mint. He looks very good indeed. He looks very fresh. I wonder if he could have gone earlier. Lifetime best of 15.21.9, and he's gone 15.21.5. Lifetime best by 0.4 of a second on a 1500 metres freestyle. You take the words, the PB personal best, every single time. And the new British champion on the men's 1500 metres freestyle is Rhys Grady of Stockport Metro. The silver medal will be going to Anthony Sargent of Swansea, and the bronze to Luke Hornsey of Edinburgh.
Alexander Sargent, that was.
Excuse me, what did I say?
Anthony.
Did I?
It's okay.
His brother's good as well. Thanks, Dan. Getting a little bit excited there. Very good race indeed. Wow, it was cat and dog and cat and mouse and...
Yeah. The thing I love about 1500, now I know a lot of people think, oh, it's the boring event, and sometimes I have made a joke of a 1500. I describe it sometimes as, you watch the first 200, go and have a cup of tea, go to the bathroom, come back, watch the last 200. But I love the strategicness of it all. It's so exciting.
You'd have missed a cracker if you'd done that here. Look at that. You really would have done. What do you think about the speed at the end there from the winner, Rhys Grady? Because he really did look like he had a lot left. I mean, he looks exhausted there, but he almost did a Dan Jervis, didn't he?
Yeah.
So Rhys Grady wins the men's 1500 metres freestyle at the Aquatics GB Championships 2025. The new champion, Alexander Sargent, the silver, Luke Hornsey, the bronze. What a race that was. Fabulous stuff. Well, I can't wait to hear what Betty's going to say to those 3 medalists.
We do have a new British champion, and it is Rhys Grady. Rhys, congratulations. Not only are you a British champion, but that was also a PB. And Dan Jervis, who was commentating, who's obviously won this event quite a few times, described that as mint. Do you agree with that analysis?
It was good. I mean, I would have liked to have been faster, but I'm really happy that I got my first British title, though.
What was your strategy there? Because it looked like just before the final 100, you were really starting to ramp it up.
I just wanted to build throughout the whole race, build my legs towards the end of the finish, and just build my arm, my stroke rate as well, going into the 1500 metre.
Well, Alex went out quite quick, didn't he? Did that faze you at all?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it was the best thing, though. It helped me get out faster as well, so thanks for that. Thanks for helping me get out a bit faster.
Well, congratulations to Alex and Luke as well. Everybody, give it up for our medalists.
Well, go Rhys. And let me tell you, he went very well indeed, didn't he? The new British champion on the men's 1500 metres freestyle. And he's taken the title from our own Dan Jervis. Look at him, he's still in fabulous shape, isn't he? I wonder whether there's a comeback in him. The bronze medal going to Luke Hornsey of Edinburgh University. Excellent swim from him, the 19-year-old. 15.26.1, huge lifetime best for him. And silver to Alexander Sargent of Swansea University. And the gold and the new British champion on the men's 1500 metres freestyle. It's Rhys Grady of Stockport Metro. 4th on the 400, and now British champion on the 15.
Please put your hands together for your British medalists.
Gosh, it's great to listen to Dan Jervis explaining how to do those 1500 metres freestyles. It just trips off his tongue like, you just do the first 500, then the next 500, and then another 500 after that. It is fun, isn't it? Here's the ready room, the call room. Love this place. This is the junior final. And so many races won and lost just here. Athletes watching what they do. One person swings their arm, so everybody else does it. It's just fascinating. This is the junior final of the women's 200 metres breaststroke. And I can tell you that already 10 juniors have qualified for the European Junior Championships. 6 men, 4 women. The men all in the same event, the 100 metres breaststroke. And this very much an event that they can qualify in. The qualification time very quick. It's 2:30.97. Now there is a junior in the big final. Done really well to make that big final. What a great experience she's going to have swimming in that final against people like Angred Evans, Angred and Lizzie Brooker. But this is the junior final. Brown in 1, 2 is Annabelle Cook, 3 Anna Finley, 4 Theodora Taylor. She's excellent breaststroker and freestyle. She's actually in the 50 metres freestyle final very shortly. Emily Smith from Tunbridge, Royal Tunbridge Wells in 5, and 6 it's Charlotte Cope, Natalie Collier and Repton in 7, Kirsty Neal of Millfield in 8. This is the junior final of the women's 200 metres breaststroke. They can qualify for the European Junior Championships, which are going to be held in Slovakia in June, I should say. And, well, the new performance pathway lead, Ewan Dale, working with Nathan Hilton here to get as many of these juniors through into the European Junior Championships and in preparation for Los Angeles in 2028, doing a super job. We've had 10 juniors qualify already for those European Junior Championships, 6 men and 4 women, and could we have some more here? The time that we're looking for, Dan, on this women's 200 breaststroke is 2:30.97, and if they're going to do that, we need a couple of lifetimes best and seasons best, but definitely capable of doing it, and none less than Theodora Taylor in lane number 4. Started really well.
Yeah, she's really spearheading this race, and she definitely early on, she's taken quite a bit of a lead, but Emily Smith next to her, who only had just under a second slower entry into this junior final, is really hot on her heels here. You know, it'll be exciting to see how she deals with this third 50.
Well, she can definitely do 2:30 off that 1:11.7, and this is very exciting indeed. And in 5 closer to us, 1 lane closer to us from the leader, Theodora Taylor, is Emily Smith, and she's actually qualified already for those European Junior Championships. She qualified on the 400 medley. And look at this, she's just starting to catch up Theodora Taylor here a little bit. This is interesting. Also going well is Anna Finley of Northumberland and Durham Performance in lane 3. Still just about leading is Taylor in 4.
Yeah, I'm just looking here at the 2 leaders, Theodora and Amelie. Like, Andy, these girls are so busy this week. They're doing freestyle, they're doing medley, they're doing 200 breaststroke. Like, and look how strong they come in on this last 50. They're looking so good. But Amelie is definitely giving Theodora a run for her money here. I think she's edging out a little bit ahead here.
Well, she looks very good indeed, doesn't she? Theodora Taylor in 4 was the European Junior Championships silver medalist on this 200 metres breaststroke, and she's been overtaken by Emily Smith, and this is an excellent swim. Already qualified for the European Juniors on the 400 medley, and I think she could do it here on the 200 breast as well. Will we have 2 qualifiers? I think we're going to. Yes, we have. 2:30.97 was the qualification time for that European Juniors in the 200 breaststroke. So Emily Smith done her 2nd qualification. 400 medley now 2 breast as well, and Theodora Taylor's made it as well. So that's, I count 11 juniors now qualified for those European Junior Championships. Excellent swimming, really was. Emily Smith wins it, Theodora Taylor second, and Mably Collier third.
Yeah, that was a great swim from those three girls, but especially Theodora and Amelie, of course. 11 already qualified for European Juniors. That is a team that the rest of Europe are going to be looking at with some fear, I think. Very, very strong team going.
Well, it certainly are. That second 100 metres from Amelie Smith. Very good indeed. Well, that's a huge lifetime best. Lifetime best was 2:29.7, and there's the result, 2:28.6. Excellent swimming from Amelie. Theodora Taylor second, the first two qualifying for the European Junior Championships. And Mably Collier third. Great swim from her as well. Well, after the heats this morning, Betty Glover talked to Ellard Evans.
Ellard, thank you so much for joining us. You were the British record holder in the 100 last year. What do you think you can do in the 200 this year?
It's taken me by surprise how well it's come along this year. And I've been saying to my coach, I feel like my 200's in the position that it was last year, where I'm still finding my feet, still learning how to race it. But yeah, I have my eye on the time tonight. We'll see if I can get it. If not, then the focus will be on the 100 on Sunday.
And how do you attack a 200 breast? What's your plan?
Painfully. For me, it's in the middle 100. That's usually where you can like hold back a bit, and you don't want to like get to 150 and still have more in the tank. So I want to use every drop of energy I have and just keep it controlled and just go for it on that last 50 and see where I go.
See where you go. Well, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Well, here she is. She's the fastest seed. She's in lane 4. Olympic finalist in the 100 metres breaststroke, 6th in that. And she really has come through wonderfully well in the last just a couple of years. Amazing. Here's Anna Morgan from Edinburgh University. Silver on the 50 metres breaststroke. Gold on the 50 metres breaststroke is in lane 6, so two real sprinters. Expect them to go out quickly. In lane 1, that was Imogen Miles, the junior, so she could make the European junior team as well. Sophie Brassington of Swansea in 7. There she is. And in 2, Amelia Stoimanova of Swansea University. Silver medals on the 100 and 200 breaststroke at the 2024 British Summer Championships. Now, the champion on the 50, what can she go on the 200 metres breaststroke? She's a good 200 breaststroker, certainly. And she's got great speed, winning gold on that 50. Sienna Robinson goes in lane 3. Here she is for Loughborough University. And then the fastest 2, Loughborough Performance Centre, Livy Booker. Second fastest seed, European under-23 silver medalist in this 200 breaststroke. And Ellard Evans, well, fascinating to hear her say she's going to attack the middle 100. She's got good speed. She's certainly got great stamina. Won the Olympic trials on the 100 metres breaststroke. Olympic finalist on the 100. What do you think she's going to go here on this 200?
I don't think she'll be far. I think she's going to go into the qualification. I actually don't think she's going to be far off the British record here, Andy.
Wow. Well, the qualification time is 2:23.04. That would be just outside her lifetime best, so she doesn't need to do a lifetime best to qualify, but I'm sure she'll be there or thereabouts. Just taking a little bit of time last out, so she's just making sure that she's got her kits off and ready to go. British record held by Molly Renshaw, 2:20.89. I think that's under threat here, do you?
I think it's got a chance of going.
So the final of the women's 200 breaststroke, and Ellard Evans in 4. In the heats this morning, she was out in under British record pace. She's going to attack the middle 100 metres, she says. See how it goes. It is 4-length breaststroke. It's the 2025 Aquatics GB final of the women's 200 metres breaststroke, and the best start coming from Ellard Evans in 4. Also very good is Sienna Robinson in 3 from Loughborough University. And as expected, Cara Hanlon also going well in 6. She's got that raw flat speed and trying to go with these leaders in 6.
Yes, Cara in lane 6 won gold in this event last year, just missing out on that Olympic qualification time. But I'm interested in the fact that this morning, well, the girls in this race already know that Angharad has got a very fast first 100. She's an Olympic finalist in the 100-metre breaststroke in Paris. She came 6th, and she's just said on the VT, which, by the way, the girls that were just about to walk out would have heard her say that she's working on the middle 100. So not only is she going to be amazing on the first 100, she's also going to be amazing the first half of the second 100, and the third and the last length basically finishes itself.
Yeah, it does. If you've got anything left, it does. That's the halfway turn, and she's bang on Molly's British record pace, exactly the same time, and that British record 2:20.89. So she was under it at the 50. She's right on it at the 100. Now she's going to work this middle 100. So this is the second half of the middle 100, and she does look very good. But Cara Hanlon's not been dropped at all, and she's starting to really drive here in 6. It's 4 and 6. It's Evans and Hanlon. This is getting very exciting.
Both girls looking really strong in the water. They've got really long glides under the water. Under the water now, what they're trying to do, they're trying to really make sure they are extremely streamlined. They tuck in everything in just so they get in the best streamline through that water, which ultimately means they are moving through that water quicker.
Well, she's under the British record pace with 50 metres to go. Right in the centre there is Angharad Evans. The British record is held by Molly Renshaw. She set it at the Olympic trials in 2021. She's going for the World Championship qualification time. That's the first one she's looking for, which is 2:23.0. I'm pretty sure she's going to do that. Hanlon's not been dropped, though. She's charging as well. Let's see what time she can do. The British record, 2:20.89. She's just outside of that, but she's underneath the World Championship time. She's underneath that Singapore time of 2:23.0, a 2:21.86. That's a new lifetime best by 0.8 of a second, and she's shaking her head. I wonder if that's how great was that? I'm delighted, or how close was it to the British record? Super swimming, Dan.
Amazing. She is on fire this year, and just think what she's going to be like with 3 extra months before the Singapore World Championships this year. If I was watching from any other country, I would be nervous to see what she can do this year.
Well, she's still learning how to swim that 200 breaststroke, and I've got to say she swam it really well. Molly Renshaw came back like an absolute steam train when she broke that British record at 2:20.8. But that is a super time, it really is. Angharad Evans set the standard, so she is going to Singapore for the World Championships in July this summer. And that, for me, makes, what is that, 12 swimmers now qualified, 6 men and 6 women.
How long that stroke is. Oh, look at that finish. So good. She attacked that finish. Oh, she looks so happy. She knows what she's done. She knows she's made it through to Singapore, and I'm happy for her.
So am I. That was outstanding. Well, it must be great to get the monkey off your back of actually making the qualification standard. She's still, of course, got her best event, her favourite event, the 100 metres breaststroke, in which she made the Olympic final. That's still to come. Can't wait to see what Angharad's got to say to Betty Glover.
Well, how about that? We have got a British champion in Angharad Evans. I saw you shaking your head a little bit at the end. Was that because you were so happy with yourself?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. This has been, a journey to get here. 2 years ago, I didn't even final in this event. Last year, I touched out and came fourth. This is actually my first medal in this event, and to do it whilst getting the qualification time is just amazing. It hasn't sunk in yet.
You were on that British record for the first 3 quarters of that race. You were so incredibly close. Is that now in your sights? Because it must be.
Definitely. I'll go back with my coaches and see what needs to, what I need to work on. And hopefully at summer in Singapore, I'll, get closer to that British record, if not break it.
And what do you do between now and Singapore? What do you want to work on?
I'm not too sure. That race, obviously, I'm happy with, but it's far from perfect. I still have the 100 to do, and there'll be lots of
criticism coming back from that, and I think just, you know, focusing on a few things going towards Singapore, perfecting it up a bit, tweaking things, and just giving myself the best chance possible.
Well, well done. Congratulations. Cara, I'm going to come and speak to you because you really pushed for so much of that. You were on her tail. How was it from your eyes?
Yeah, I'm really happy with that. That was a PB for me as well, so I'm really chuffed with that. And yeah, to swim against these girls is great. And Garrett's really pushing on the breaststroke in Britain, and it's great to try and catch her.
Well, congratulations, everyone. Give it up. And also for Sienna with that bronze medal.
Wow, that really was great. Such a fantastic attack on that women's 200 metres breaststroke.
Something I just have to commentate on here, Andy, is we just saw how happy Ellard was to get the Singapore time. She is beaming, and this is her mum giving the medals out now. First to Sienna, obviously Cara in a minute, but I'm looking forward to seeing how she's going to give the medal to Ellard, because the way I was watching her mum as well as Ellard, her mother was bouncing when Ellard was in on that last 5 metres. Oh, there it goes. A massive hug, so deserved.
Fantastic. Fantastic. What a lovely idea. Well, I'm sure all the mums and dads around the country will know just how much work has gone into delivering Ellard Evans as the new British champion on the women's 200 metres breaststroke. Congratulations to Ellard for an excellent swim underneath the qualification time for World Swimming Championships in Tokyo this summer. And Mum, utterly delighted. Good spot as well. She was like bouncing up and down like Zebedee, wasn't she? That was brilliant.
I couldn't miss it. I could just see something jumping up and down. I was like, what is that? But so happy, and that's exactly what my parents would have been like, so.
Very good. Very good indeed. Absolutely love it. Well, here's the junior final of the men's 100 metres backstroke. And I've got to tell you, these juniors, they're like Christmas trees. They're massive, great big units. They really are. So, just parading now for this junior final of the men's 100 metres backstroke. The consideration time, the qualification time for the European juniors, 56.10. 56.1. And well, I can tell you there's 2 junior men in the final. Was there? Excuse me, let me just check that again. There's well, actually, there's just one, Dean Fern. There's one junior in the final, but he's done really well to make it. What a great opportunity to swim against the best backstrokers in the world. And there's these 8 juniors here, and then Dean Fern's made that big final. Such an exciting thing for him as well. So this is the junior final. Franzi in 1, 2 is Doherty Sims, 3 Godsill, 4 Ransom, Dowdu in 5, Gray in 6, 7 athlete from Eastbourne, and Sutton Tunes, Auckland in 8. Final of the junior men's 100 metres backstroke. It's Daniel Ransom, City leads the yellow hat right in the centre. So Ellard 15 metres underwater, and very good starts, very good indeed in 5. That's Dowdu Kelly, Mount Kelly. Really excellent start from him. Powerful stroke. And it's just come over to the lane line on this side, and he looks really strong. This is excellent. Let's just make sure that he can swim straight. The yellow hats up there in lane 4 is the fastest seed. It's Ransom of Leeds.
Ransom of Leeds had the best start. Rio of Mount Kelly there had the best start, especially to 40 metres. Coming out of that first turn now, we see it's like everyone's catching up. We see in lane 4, Daniel Ransom really taking charge. Next to him, Toby Godtell of Millfield. Holding on, those 3, they go in, whoever wants it most.
Well, 10 metres to go in this junior final of the men's 100 metres backstroke. It looks like it's going to be Daniel Ransom. Swam really well on the second 50. Dives for the wall. 55.30. Well, a consideration time, 56.1. So he's way underneath that. Way underneath. In fact, the first 3 going under the European Juniors qualification time. First was Ransom of the City of Leeds, second was Dowdu of Mount Kelly, and third Godsell of Millfield. Very good swimming from these juniors, and 3 men underneath the qualification time. That's outstanding.
And here's the result of the men's 100-metre backstroke junior final. Winning it, Daniel Ransom of City of Leeds. Rio from Mount Kelly, 55.91 silver, and Toby Godsell from Millfield, 66 flat.
What a race. All three, those top 3, all underneath the qualification time for the European Juniors, and straight into the para-final. Goodness me, thick and fast these races are coming. Paul Noble, take us through it.
Yeah, they certainly are. Another para-final tonight, second one of the evening. Sam Downey leads them out. He swims in the S8 classification. Man from University of Stirling is the only non-S14 in this final, so the rest are in the S14 classification. Start with Dylan Broom from Swansea University. Jude Gunner coming out in lane number 7. Centre of the pool reserved for Paralympians from Paris, Rhys Darby being one of them. 200 metres individual medley medalist in Paris. And there's Cameron Verncombe. He's got a busy week of action. Seen Cameron in the pool again. The second time, Louis Lawler. Very much a backstroke specialist, Louis Lawler. Medalist at the World Championships back in 2019. There's the world record breaker from this morning, William Ellard. He broke that in the 100 freestyle. He's in the 100 back tonight alongside this man, Mark Tomset. 58.77 in the qualification heats. A British and European record for Mark Tomset. What a swim in the heats. He goes in lane 4. There you can see the classification. Sam Downey, the only one that is not an S14 swimmer. Mark Tomset dipped under the qualification standard for the S14s, 59.49. So the likes of Ellard and Lawler, they'll be targeting that 59.49 mark. Sam Downey's mark that he has to go for in the S8 classification is 107.60, so very, very tough qualification standard for the S8 swimmer, Sam Downey. We'll see how close he can get to that, but at the front of the field, I think, unless Sam Downey does something spectacular, the likely winner on points will be Mark Tomset or William Ellard in the centre lanes. Ellard swam that world record swim in the 100 free just 40 minutes after he swam the backstroke. I know he's in great shape, William Ellard, but Mark Tomset will be the one to beat. Mark Tomset, Paralympic Games bronze medalist last year in Paris. Ellard was also in that final. He finished in 4th place, so 2 of the world's very best here in the S14 classification. 100 backstroke right in the centre lanes. It is going to be a real battle here. Tomset out very fast indeed. He went out 28.29 this morning. He's gone out 28.06. He is inside record pace, Mark Tomset. Ellard also not too far behind as well. We know he's very strong in the closing stages. Tomset now coming away from Ellard. Ellard trying to come back here. Ellard pulling back with every stroke here into the last 10, but I think Tomset is going to get it. European record 58.77, and it's 58.28. He's improved it again by a half a second. Mark Tomset, what a swim it was. He claims another European record. William Ellard will be in second position, 59.48. And Ellard will be delighted to dip under that qualification standard by 1/100th of a second. So a 7th name can be added to the list of qualification times for the para-athletes. There's Ellard. Disappointed to be beaten by his teammate, I'm sure, but he'll be delighted to get under that qualification standard at 59.48. Tom Sett looked absolutely sensational from the start. Got away from Ellard in the early stages. Louis Lawler with the blue cap in third, but Tom Sett was so strong in the closing stages there. It looked like Ellard was coming back, but he could do nothing about the strength of Mark Tom Sett at the end. Tom Sett takes it ahead of Ellard and ahead of Louis Lawler. Sam Downey went faster than this morning, the S8 swimmer, 110.32 for Sam Downey, but Mark Tom Sett, 912 points, a second European record swim in a day. He is with Betty.
Well, how about that? And Mark, you've just set a second European record in one day. How was that out there?
Oh, it was a tough race, but happy to smash it again, but amazing, really. I can't believe I did it here.
You went out so fast. Was that always the plan?
I knew if I got out quick, I just had to hold it on the way back, so it was what I planned and what my coach planned, so it worked, it seems.
Well, congratulations, well done. And William, you made it. You made the Singapore time in 0.0 of a second. You were on that cusp, but you did it.
Yeah, I saw Mark next to me. Goes out quite quick. On the start, my legs, I don't know why I'm here, but cramped up. But I don't think I could have caught Mark anyway if they weren't. But yeah, I went over on the turn a bit. My legs wouldn't bend, so I tried to push off the walk. I only did 6 fly kicks, normally do 10. But yeah, happy to get in the time and hopefully go fast at Singapore. But yeah, massive well done to Mark.
Congratulations, some brilliant racing. Also, well done to Louis as well. Everybody, give it up for our medalists.
Oh, great stuff. Will Ellard, never satisfied. He's made that qualification standard, always wants to go fast. That's the kind of attitude we like for the swimmers. And it's Mark's mum is presenting these medals. And a proud moment for her, I'm sure. Louis Lawler first. Medalist at the World Championships previously in 2019, twice a Paralympian. And he goes 101 at 0.37. Well done, Louis. 781 points. Will Ellard, 59.48. Just 1/100th inside that qualification time for Singapore. And there he is, the champion. Mark Tom Sett and his mum. 58.28. Wow. It's not almost a second off his lifetime best prior to this competition in one day. So well done, Mark Tom Sett. Well done to Will, and well done to Louis.
And Ollie Morgan saw a very impressive 100 metres backstroke heat this morning to qualify fastest, and afterwards he spoke to Betty Glover.
Ollie, thanks for joining us. You hold the title in this from last year. Are you confident you can do it again?
Yeah, 100%. Training's been going really well. In-season swims as well, really promising. So good to just come in, get the job done, and yeah, come back. Hopefully be faster tonight.
It looked like a really good, comfortable swim out there. What's your tactic going into tonight? What are you going to try and do?
Go faster. Simple as that.
How?
Oh, I can't let anyone know that.
All right, well, good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Faster. That's what he wants to do. Just go faster. He went 53.1 this morning. His British record is 52.7. I'm not totally convinced he's going to have this all his own way, you know, Dan. I think there's a couple of guys going to attack him here. British record might be under threat from him, or maybe a couple of others. What do you think?
I think so. So, you know, Ollie Morgan, obviously, he's going in first, but there's Matthew Ward, Jonathan Marshall and Luke Greenbank. This could all come down to the last 25 of who wants it most. Now, that last 25, is going to be very painful. So I think it's all going to be who's willing to smash through that wall of pain to be crowned the champion.
Well, it's a heck of a final. Here's Luke Greenbank, Olympic bronze medalist in Tokyo on the 200 metres backstroke, and he's back and he looks on great form. Jonathan Adam will be in lane 1. There's Cam Brooker in lane 6 from Bath Performance with Jack Skerry and Dean Fern, the junior, outside of them. Here's Johnny Marshall. He's got his Florida Gators top and he's doing his Gator clap on his way out. Third fastest seed into this final, and he could be a big threat. As could this guy, Matthew Ward of Bath Performance. Very good indeed. Lifetime best to qualify for this final. It's Ollie Morgan, the British record holder, 8th in the big final in Paris, the 100 metres backstroke final. And he set this British record here at the Olympic trials last year. Loves this pool. What can he do tonight?
What can he do tonight? We saw some amazing stuff from Ollie in Paris, in the Paris Olympics. Tonight, this could be his playground.
Like that, a playground. There's quite a few guys here who I think are going to have a crack at it. Wouldn't be surprised at all if Johnny Marshall has a go in lane 3. Definitely Morgan will feel that pressure. He's going to have to go fast if he wants to make it. I can tell you the consideration time for Singapore, 53.2. I wouldn't be too surprised if we have at least 2, maybe 3 guys go sub that.
Yeah, I definitely think that's possible. You know, they're going to be fighting this out. I genuinely think, as I've just said, that this is all going to come down to the last 25. Could even come down to the last 5.
Well, the last one's enough. If you get your hand on the wall first, it's the final of the men's 100 metres backstroke. It's going to be spicy. It really is. Yeah, it's Morgan. His red hat of the city of Birmingham, the University of Birmingham in the centre. The British record holder, the Olympic finalist in this 100 back. His British record, 52.70. Won the British Universities in a 52.71, so he's on great form. We knew that. What can he do? And what can the rest of the field do? The final of the 100 backstroke. Really neat start there from Jonathan Marshall. Very clean and neat. Excellent starts all across the pool. Wow. Lane 5. In fact, lane 6 it was. A super start from Cam Brooker of Bath. Really, really tight start, though, from all 8 guys.
Yeah, you'll notice they're definitely the more experienced athletes. Well, to be honest, all of them took the whole 15 metres up. The longer you're underwater, the faster you are, but you can't go past 15. You'll get disqualified.
Well, he's under British record pace at the 50s, Ollie Morgan. It's his own British record, but the other guys are going to come back at him, and this is not over.
It's not over at all. I just want to say, come on, Ollie. He's pulling ahead, he's pulling away. He's definitely getting under this time. This is so exciting. Everyone else, second place is by his feet now.
Well, 10 minutes to go in this final of the men's 100 metres backstroke, and Ollie Morgan, the British record, 52.70, 52.70, 52.12, and the gliding, 52.1. The first 2 guys under 53.2, the qualification time. That is a massive swim. Can you believe he's not 0.58 of a second off the British record? It was a horrible finish as well. He could go so much faster than that, and that is going to put the world on notice. Ollie Morgan, massive British record, an outstanding swim.
He's going to put the world on notice, Andy. He's going to put his competitors on notice, but he just put me on notice. I took notice of that swim. That is a swim I'm going to remember at the end of this week.
And the third 25, the burst off the wall was outstanding.
Outstanding, yeah, it really was. And he came up off the wall straight into that super fast stroke rate, and that really led him on to do a fantastic last 50.
Well, the first 2 guys making it through qualifying. Jonathan Marshall coming in second, 53.21. Well, that's interesting. I had the qualification time as 53.20, but anyway, there we go. Wonderful swim. A really, really wonderful swim for the winner. A new British record for the champion, and a massive British record it was, 52.10. I cannot believe he went that fast. I thought he might break it, I thought he might smash it, but that is an obliteration.
Yeah, amazing. I'm so happy for Johnny Marshall as well. Such a good swim, but we can't forget about Matthew Ward. You know, at 20 years old, 53.52. That is a phenomenal swim. He can take so many positivities away from tonight.
Well, let's hear what Ollie Morgan has got to say. Betty Glover, we're talking to her now. What a swim that was.
Well, earlier, I can tell you that Ollie Morgan told me that all he wanted to do in that race was go faster than qualifying. Ollie, you've just beaten your own British record by 0.6 of a second. That is massive.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. Yeah, it's kind of all come together. Training's been wicked. In-season swims have been, really fun. So nice to put it all together, when it counts.
Can you talk us through the first sort of 25 metres there? Because you were so quick.
Yeah, I think I was trying to stay as controlled as possible, but I think the adrenaline just, takes you through. But, glad I was able to come back as well, so that was quite nice.
Well done. That was really, really impressive. Johnny, you were 0.01 off that Singapore time, but you put yourself in a brilliant position out there. How did you find it?
I mean, it was hard. Ollie had a great swim, so hats off to him. Hopefully I'll be swimming next to him this summer. He's something to aspire to. Pleased with it. Pleased for Ollie. Pleased for Matt as well. So just shout out to these guys.
And you've put yourself in a brilliant position in front of those selectors, and that is the main thing. Congratulations to everybody. Everyone give it up for your medalists.
Well, I think I called it as a qualification time. I think it came up on the screen, but unfortunately, I think it was actually just 1/100th out from that qualification standard. But what it will do is it will put him in front of the selectors. There is discretion, so as long as 30 swimmers do not qualify by rights for the team selectors do have discretion, and it'd be a hard call not to take a reserve for that medley relay backstroke leg if that's what it's going to be. A 1/100th out of the qualification standard. It was a really good swim from Johnny Marshall.
Really good swim, and it came up on our screen that he has already been under the time, but just off it. But as we've already said, he's in a great contention in front of the selectors. Now, the selectors are overlooking the pool, and there's about 12 of them, and they all look pretty happy, so I think he's going to be all right.
Well, I'll be looking very, very carefully at those details. But Ollie Morgan, can you believe the time he just went? 52.12. I didn't see the finish again. I was looking for it on the replay. I missed it, but I wanted to see it again because from my eyes it didn't look a great finish. In which case, what a phenomenal swim!
I know, and a finish can really shave so much more time off what he's already done. What can he do in Singapore this year, Andy?
Well, he's going to be, next phase after that, he's going to be looking at 51s for under backstroke. He's not far off the world record. Wow. Women's junior final of the 50 metres freestyle. Very, very quick indeed this is going to be. And every opportunity here to qualify for the European junior team. Very doable. 25.65 is their qualification time. 25.65. There's got to be a couple of PBs to do it, but we've been seeing so many fast swimmers here already at this Stratford Aquatics Centre, the London Aquatics Centre from 2012. Harris in 1, Wood in 2, Phoebe Cooper in 3. Megan Harris, the 16-year-old from Millfield in 4. Annabelle Compton in 5. Cook in 6. Renfrew 7. Ellie Freeze in 8. 2 16-year-olds in this final. I can also tell you there's 3 juniors in the big final. What a great experience that will be for them. Swimming against the big guns, and in actual fact, they're very well placed as well. 3rd, 5th and 7th fastest in that big final. This is the junior final. Megan Higgs of Millfield is the fastest seed. 25.84 in the heats. 25.65 is the qualification time. Take your marks. So the junior final of the women's 50 metres freestyle, really an outstanding swim right in the centre. Green hat in lane number 5, Annabelle Compton from Wickham District had the best start, I think, but it was very, very good indeed. Now this 30 metres, can she get her head down? Can she really drive forward? Keep her head down, don't breathe, get to that wall. Had another cheeky little breath there, but this is good. And the qualification time they're looking for, 25.65. Oh, 25.66. Oh my word, 1/100th of a second outside the qualification time for the European juniors. There's still 3 juniors left in the big final, but my word, that was close. 1/100th out for Annabelle Compton winning it. Second, Phoebe Cooper. Megan Higgs third. What a great race that was from Compton in lane 5.
Great race from Compton there. You know, yes, she's just missed out on that time, but she did just have half a second PB over a 50. And that is massive over a 50. Congratulations.
Wow, such are the tight margins here, really amazing. Right, here is Paul Noble again to take us through the multi-classification final for this women's 50 metres freestyle.
Led out by Iona Winifred. What an atmosphere here in the Aquatics Centre for these young swimmers. Brooklyn Hale have a very good swim in qualification. She was in the outside lane, the S9 swimmer. Scarlett Humphrey making her way in. She's an S11 swimmer, wearing black toe goggles. And there's her mama Tapper. Evie Lambert goes in lane number 2. 2 S9 swimmers side by side there, Brooklyn Hale and Evie Lambert. Amber Haycock is an S10 swimmer from Northampton, European Championship participant last year for the GB team. Astrid Carroll, visually impaired swimmer in the S12 classification, Stockport Metro. And another visually impaired swimmer is Rebecca Redfern, the S13, vastly experienced gold medalist in Paris in the 100 breaststroke. And there's Callie-Ann Warrington, second S10 in this final. Paralympic Games silver medalist in the 100 metres butterfly. There's the lineup, there's the classifications of all the swimmers. Scarlett Humphreys, the British record holder in lane number 7 in the S11 class, so watch out for Scarlett Humphrey. Callie-Ann Warrington had the highest points total from qualification, so she will be a marginal favourite, trying to aim for that British record in the S10 class of 28.22. And if she's going to make the Singapore consideration time, she's going to have to be well inside that record. The Singapore time, 27.52. Rebecca Redfern in the centre. The 2 red caps of 2 GB teammates from Paris in 4 and 5. 2 GB team members as well. Closest to us, Scarlett Humphrey in the S11 class, Iona Winifred in the S7 class. Keep their eyes on the time.
Take your marks.
Multi-classification. 50 metres freestyle final. Callie-Ann Warrington will probably be first to the wall, you would imagine. She's gone out pretty well in lane number 4. British record stands to Zara Maluli, 28.22. Callie-Ann Warrington and Rebecca Redfern, different classifications, and they are almost side by side here. Let's have a look at what times they are going to register. It's fast times for the 2 of them. 28.71 for Warrington, 841 points. But Scarlett Humphrey has gone 842 points. 30.66 for Scarlett Humphrey. She will take the British title, and she's 200 shy of her own British record, Scarlett Humphrey. Well, Callie-Ann Warrington, 28.71 for her. Slightly faster than she went in the qualification heats. very, very close in terms of points there. Unbelievably close. Scarlett Humphrey, the S11 swimmer, wearing those blacked-out goggles. She has no vision at all. There's the swimmers in the centre. It was Rebecca Redfern and Kellyanne Warrington. Stroke for stroke into the finish there. But there is the winner, Scarlett Humphrey, in this multi-class. It's all about the points, not about who touches the wall first. It's who gets closest to the world record for their own classification. Humphrey and Warrington were the top 2 points earners from the heats. They've reversed their positions from the heats. And Scarlett Humphrey will be your British champion. Just 0.200 outside her own British record. Kellyanne Warrington in second, Rebecca Redfern in third in terms of points. So the 3 Paralympians from Paris will make their way on to the podium. Rihanna Winifred just 1/100th outside her heat time. In 4th place, the youngster, only turned 14 just last week. And Amber Haycock, 1 point ahead of Evie Lambert. The young swimmers, great experience, those young swimmers to swim against alongside the Paralympians in this 50 metres freestyle multi-classification. So the swimmers making their way over to the medal presentation area. What a close contest that was. 842 points at 841. You could not get much closer. Nearly a dead heat. But well done, Scarlett Humphrey. She has, I think, 11 long course British records. She nearly broke one of her own records tonight, 30.66. Just 200 shy of her British record mark. And she is now with Betty.
Everybody give it up for our medalists. Scarlett, you went half a second faster than you did in your heat, so a big improvement from this morning. How was that race for you? Talk us through it.
I was very pleased with how it went. There were some things I could improve. I've improved on from the heats. I wanted to be straighter in the lane, and maybe like hold more speed into the finish, and I did both of them, so I'm happy.
Certainly did. You're the British champion. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations as well to Kellyanne and Rebecca. Everyone give it up for our medalists.
A medal presentation there for these winners. Kellyanne's mom making the presentation. It's a silver medal this time to her daughter. Rebecca Redfern. It's a good swim from Rebecca, better known as a breaststroker. Of course, we'll have the breaststroke to come for her later in the week. Watch out for her, Paralympic champion. It's got all colours of Paralympic medals in the breaststroke. Rebecca Redfern, and there, Kellyanne Warrington and her mum making these presentations. It was almost a gold medal presentation. She lost out by 1 point to Scarlett Humphrey. And there is Scarlett. What a start she is for the GB team. Scarlett and Eliza coming through, really flying the flag for the visually impaired S11 classification. Very interesting to hear Scarlett talking about her race. Vitally important for the S11s to stay centre of the lane. And there are your British medalists.
Well, the next race up already coming. It is women's 50 metres freestyle, and Eva Ocaro, the fastest seed into that final. And after her heat this morning, she spoke to Betty Glover.
Eva, that was incredibly quick. I felt like you just absolutely went for it out there.
Yeah, I think it was just kind of to see how fast I could go in the morning, like without caffeine or anything. And that was good. 0.1 off my PB, so.
Yeah, 1/10 of your PB. You've had a brilliant season so far already. I mean, what you did in December was amazing in the juniors. Has that given you a lot of confidence?
I think so. I mean, I've been really working on my turns, starts and underwaters. So I think for short course that really helps, but I just want to see kind of how I can implement it into long course.
Well, we can't wait to see. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Well, she's going in lane number 4. The Repton swimmer, the world junior record holder in the short course pool in this 50 metres freestyle. Here's the swimmer in lane 8, 19-year-old Erin Little of Mount Kelly. And it's a race of two halves, this really. The juniors at the top of the pool, and well, they're not so senior, I've got to say. A 19-year-old, a 20-year-old, a 19-year-old in 8, 7 and 6. Here's Harriet Rogers in lane 7, with Sky Carter in lane 2, the European junior bronze medalist from Vilnius last year. Hannah Capron just outside of her second Repton swimmer in this final. Darcy Revitt of Guildford City in lane 6. 4th fastest seed coming into this final. Well, Theodora Taylor's just done the 200 metres breaststroke, and she's all come back straight into this 50 metres freestyle final. 200 breast 53, that's a tough double. Rebecca Guy, here she is from Bristol. Henleys in lane number 5. Huge lifetime best to qualify for this final. And the world junior record holder, women's 50 metres freestyle in the short course pool. It's Eva Acaro. Well, her lifetime best is 24.80, and she's got to go 24.61 if she's going to qualify for the World Championships in Singapore. So she's got to go 19/100ths lifetime best to qualify. The top 3 can certainly do the European junior qualification time of 25.6. So we'll watch that as well. What a final this is going to be. Can Eva Acaro do the qualification time?
Can she retain a title from last year?
Acaro in 4, the fastest seed. Olympic finalist in that women's 4x100 free relay. Needs a lifetime best to qualify for the Worlds individually on this 50 freestyle. It's very possible.
Take your marks.
The final of the women's 50 metres freestyle at this 2025 Aquatics GB Championships. Really good underwater. That was from Eva Acaro right in the centre, the world junior record holder. So powerful, so strong, straight arms. This is a super swim. She's really going for it. This is a fantastic 50 metres freestyle. 10 metres out now, lock into the wall. Make sure you hit the wall right on the end of the stroke. It is 24.61 is the target time. 24.4, 24.61 was the target, and she's just destroyed her lifetime best. 0.32 of a second underneath a lifetime best on a 50 metres freestyle, Dan. Extraordinary.
That was fantastic, Andy. She was leading from the word go. What an amazing swim from Eva.
Well, that was brilliant. The whole way she did it. Not quite sure she realises what she's done. I can tell you, that is a properly outstanding world time. That is brilliant. Wow. 24.48 wins it. That's outstanding. A new lifetime best from her. And underneath that consideration time for the World Championships, the silver medal going to Rebecca Guy of Bristol, and tied for bronze Sky Carter and Darcy Revitt. And I can tell you that Sky Carter's time there at 25.19, well, it's well under the European junior consideration time. Theodora Taylor also did that, and Hannah Capron also did it. So 3 juniors, all 3 juniors in that final did the European junior qualification time. But Eva Acaro, 24.48, massive lifetime best on the plane to Singapore. Goodness me, the power and the strength of Eva Acaro. One of your teammates, Dan, from Olympic team, absolutely brilliant. Now, those medalists now talking to Betty Glover.
An unbelievable swim from Eva. I've got to come and talk to you straight away. That was absolutely ridiculous out there. You were 0.3 under the qualification time for Singapore. You made it, you're going to Singapore, and you got a PB as well. What do you feel like after that?
Well, I wasn't expecting it, to be honest, but, I mean, it's just amazing, great PB. And I'm really excited that I get to go.
That's so fast and so far under the world at the time that you needed to go to Worlds, which in a 50 is so hard to do. How do you think you achieved it?
Well, I mean, I think it was like at the 35 mark, I was just like, just put your head down and just go for it. So, I mean, I'm over the moon with that.
Well, congratulations, that is incredible. Also, congratulations to Rebecca, Sky and Artie.
The women's 50 is Freestyle. The medals will be presented by Eva Acaro's mum, Helena Acaro.
And the medals presented by Helena Acaro, mother of Eva Acaro, and her daughter also swam in the B final of the 50 metres freestyle. What a family they are. Gosh, 2 finalists in one night, and Eva here going to the World Championships in Singapore by right on the individual 50 metres freestyle. That's brilliant. So tied for bronze, that was Darcy Revitt and Sky Carter from Guildford City and Basildon and Phoenix respectively. The silver to Rebecca Guy, brilliant from her, age 32. I wouldn't normally pick out the ages, but that's a fantastic swim from her. And the champion on the women's 50 metres freestyle, the new champion, the new British champion, it is Eva Acaro. And what a time. 0.13 of a second underneath the qualification standard, and a huge lifetime best. So impressive, Dan.
So impressive, and she very much is at the beginning of her career. She's got such an exciting few years ahead of her. Obviously, she's got Singapore this year, but in 3 years' time, Andy, she's got LA. What can she do? If she's that quick now, how quick is she going to be in 3.5 years?
Well, it's also boding rather well for that relay as well, isn't it? That 4x100 free relay. I can't wait to see what time she can do in that, because raw speed is outstanding. Next race up already. Well, it's the final set of finals this evening. It's the men's 100 metres freestyle. This one's the junior. And this is going to be the para final, and then the A final. So the junior final of this men's 100 metres freestyle. Matthew Hamilton, lane 1 from Plymouth. 2 is Harry Milne. 3, Rio Driver. We've already seen him swim this evening. Swam very well indeed in that backstroke. Gabrielle Shepherd in 4. Prodigious junior he is. 49.79 he did in the heats this morning. And the European junior consideration time, 49.80. So you've got to do it in the final. You can't do it in the heats. But his lifetime best 49.2, so fully expect him to smash that qualification time. Jack Brown in 5, and 6 is Lachlan Parrott of Millfield, 7 Hayden Annan, and 8 Jensen Norris of Perth City. What are you looking for here, Dan, on this junior final of the 100 metres freestyle?
I'm looking for some fast swimming, Andy. I know that sounds obvious, but I think that's what we're all looking for in this room.
Well, can't wait to see what Gabrielle Shepherd can do. He spoke to his parents in Vilnius last year at the European Juniors. Lovely people. Junior final, this men's 100 metres freestyle. Shepherd in 4, the big favourite. It's the yellow hat right in the centre of the city of Leeds, belonging to Gabrielle Shepherd. But he's had the best start. Also a very good start right at the top there is Matthew Hamilton of Plymouth College Aquatics. But look at this first 30 metres from Gabrielle Shepherd, the yellow hat in the centre. Wow.
Yeah, he's flying down the first length. How is he going to go into this turn now? The aim is to go into the turn as fast as you can to build momentum. So the faster you go into it, the faster you come out. And they need speed on this 100.
Well, 23.45 at his feet. That's very quick indeed. Also coming back at him is Jack Brown here from Plymouth Leander. This is not over quite yet. Gabrielle Shepherd, what he started as a big favourite. This is a really good swim. The time they're looking for, 49.80, 49.80. I think it is. He's done it, has he? Gabrielle Shepherd, 49.34. Comfortably underneath that European Junior consideration time, as is Jack Brown in second place. He beat it by 18/100ths of a second, so the first 2 finishes there, Gabrielle Shepherd and Jack Brown, both going under the European Junior qualification time. for those European Juniors in June in Slovakia. Dowd of Mount Kelly in third, and he's gone sub 50 as well, 49.95. Excellent swim from him, and his first time sub 50. Massive barrier, under 50 seconds, and a half a second lifetime best in third.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, we've spoken a lot about barriers this today. You know, in the 1500 we talked about the main barrier being 16 minutes, 15 minutes. That was a huge barrier, and to crack that just gives you so much confidence that what you're doing in training is right.
So there's confirmation of the result. Gabrielle Shepherd wins it for City of Leeds, 49.34. The top two will go through to the European Juniors. Wouldn't be too surprised if Rio Dowd makes it as well from Mount Kelly. 49.9. That relay must be really special. And now, for the last time this evening, second last final tonight, it is the men's 100 metres freestyle for the para-athletes. Over to you, Paul.
Thanks, Andy. Harvey Phillips leads them out. He was the gold medalist in the 50 metres breaststroke yesterday. And the other side of the pool will be Bruce Dee. Bruce Dee might have his sights set on a long-standing British record held by Sasha Kindred, one of the great British Paralympic swimmers. That record has stood since 2014, so watch out for Bruce Dee's time. Owen Say goes in at lane number 7. Max Davis, he had the highest number of points from the qualification heats this morning, but there was absolutely nothing in it. Thomas Navarro-Barber, we saw him in the 400 freestyle take a gold medal on day one of these championships. Who knows, on good form, 58.9 in qualification. Kieran Williams, also medalist in that 400. He goes in lane number 3. In the centre, Matthew Redfern, Paralympian in the visually impaired S13 classification. He is the British record holder in his own classification for this event, 55.99. And what a good heat swim from Rowan Brennan from Basildon and Phoenix. He goes in lane number 4, the centre lane. Swims in the S10 classification, so he has a minor physical impairment. Matt Redfern there has a visual impairment. There are the classifications, 6 different classifications from the 8 swimmers. So it's all about the points. Which of these swimmers can get closest to their own world record mark to get the highest number of points? I tell you, it's going to be mighty close. Max Davis, highest number of points, 712. Brennan and Redfern were 706 and 705. That is absolutely nothing. I'd say maybe 6 swimmers, if they can step up here, might be able to take the title. It is going to be one of the closest multi-class points contests, I think, at these championships. We shall see. Can Matt Redfern challenge his own British record? Can Bruce Dee at the top challenge that long-standing British record as well? So Brennan and Redfern, as I said, in the centre of the pool. Well, they were separated by just 1 point, and they were separated by only 4/100ths of a second. So that could be a real head-to-head. Sometimes the record marks for different classifications coincide, so it's almost as much as a head-to-head for the swimmers in lane 4 and lane 5. Rowan Brennan going well. Kieran Williams just behind him. These two are both in the S10 class, so they are going against each other. Thomas Navarro-Barber, 1 lane down, also going well. Bruce Dee in the outside lane has made a good first 50. We'll come back to him because Rowan Brennan in that orange cap of Basildon Phoenix is leading. Matthew Redfern, the Great Britain Paralympian. Is he going to get ahead of Kieran Williams? It is Kieran Williams into the wall first. But Thomas Navarro-Barber, as it stands, has the highest number of points. Can that be challenged by Bruce Dee? Let's have a check at the top for Bruce. 684 for Bruce, so the record which has stood since 2014, stands for another day. And here's Harvey Phillips. He was a crowd favourite yesterday. He has the most impairment in this entire field. He's in the S4 classification. Harvey Phillips with that heat swim of 146.69. If you can get inside that, he'd be a happy man, Harvey Phillips. 146.69. Is he going to do it? And I think he has done it. 146.16, Harvey. He's dropped a half a second from his heat swim. But there is the winner on points, Thomas Navarro-Barber. 57.52 for him. That's a lifetime best. Very, very close contest in terms of points. Navarro-Barber has done the double. He won the 400. He's now taken the 100. Three guys at the front of the field. Very similar targets. Kieran Williams winning that very close contest between him, Rowan Brennan and Matthew Redfern. But Thomas Navarro-Barber, the S9 swimmer, was the one that came away with the highest number of points. And it's a double victory for Thomas Navarro-Barber. 400 champion is now the 100 champion. He's having a very good week. And 57.52 is an excellent time for him. It's knocked about 18 100ths of a second off his lifetime best. So Thomas Navarro-Barber, absolutely superb stuff. 748 points, he's getting there. And he is now with Betty.
Wow, how fast was that? Thomas, congratulations, you are British champion, and you went a second and a half faster than you did this morning. So what did you do differently?
Just picked up my back end, worked with my coach on that. Just tried to keep my head down, keep finished, and not breathe in that last 5 metres.
Yeah, well, congratulations, you've done it. For what sort of time is that for you at this stage of the season? Is that a good time?
Oh yeah, to do PB, I mean, I did taper a bit for this, but yeah, it's a good PB to do, especially this early on. I've got British Summer Champs, which is my main target. But yeah.
Well, congratulations and well done to Kieran and Rowan as well. Everybody give it up for our medalists.
Well done to Thomas Navarro-Barber, taking that title again. Here's the medal presentation for those three medalists. One of the local club swimmers here making these medal presentations. Nice to see these young swimmers getting on the big stage here. Rowan Brennan, 56.11 for him. That also a lifetime best for Rowan Brennan, just pipped by Kieran Williams. Lifetime best for Kieran Williams, and also a lifetime best for Thomas Navarro-Barber. So three very happy swimmers on this medal podium. Three youngsters we hope will come through into the senior ranks. And who knows, we might see them again in Singapore later on this year.
Well, those medalists leaving the podium. And I can tell you the final race of the evening, men's 100 metres freestyle this morning. Matt Richards swam a very impressive heat, 2 times Olympic gold medalist. And after that, he did speak to Betty Glover.
Matt, look pretty good out there. You happy?
Yeah, really pleased with that. Really pleased. You know, it's always a tough one, the first one on the meet. You never really know where other people are at or where you're at. So, you know, it was good to get in, do a good job this morning. You know, 48.0. Can't complain with that at all in the morning. So, yeah, great start.
You're already pre-selected for Singapore, of course. So what is the aim for you at this British Champs?
I'm pre-selected for that 2 free. But obviously the 100 free, I've still got to earn my spot just like anybody else. So, you know, this tonight is going to be a really tough race. You know, Jacob Mills, youngster, that's a great swim. 48.1 in the morning, that's a fantastic effort. Cahoon as well, 48.2. You know, they're not going to make it easy. So, you know, job tonight is to get in, have a good race, hopefully throw down a fast time, but most importantly, try and win it.
Love it. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Well, hopefully win it. And the prize for the winner, I've got to tell you, is massive. Individual 100 metres freestyle representation for Great Britain if they can go under the qualification time of 48.06. I'm sure he'll do that. Then he gets, hopefully, the men's 4x100 metres freestyle relay through as well. He might get the freestyle leg of the men's medley relay, and there's a mixed medley relay where I guess you can also have a leg there. So 4 different opportunities just by winning this, but winning it fast and dragging his mates through some good times. Alex Painter at the top there. He's been swimming at Florida, had a really good year this year. And this is Jack McMillan, one of our Olympic gold medalists in this final. He's in 7, Ed Mildred outside of him in 8. Triple Olympic champion Tom Dean from Bath. He goes in lane number 2, only just back, really, from a very long layoff after the Olympic Games, so he's done well to make this final, really. Who knows what he can do? Never writes him off. 20-year-old Jacob Whittle, and I say 20-year-old because he's already been to 2 Olympics. Incredible. Age 15 and 19. Now, Alex Cahoon had a really good heat this morning. 48.23, right on his lifetime best. And if he can repeat that, and the other big guys in the centre do something special as well, that men's 4x100 metres freestyle relay, a cracking chance of qualifying for the World Championships in Singapore later this summer. Well, talk about surprising heat swims. Jacob Mills in lane 5, second fastest seed into this final. Just 17 years of age, he's still a junior. 48.11 he swam this morning. Massive lifetime best that was. And not as much of a surprise at all in the fastest lane, fastest seed, double Olympic champion, the British record holder, Matt Richards of Manchester Performance. His lifetime best, 47.45. Well, this is going to be a fabulous race. Individual titles up for grabs, but also that relay trying to qualify it. Dan, what are you looking for here?
Again, Andy, I'm just looking for some fast swimming. I don't know which way this is going to go, but they're going to fight to the very last metre.
Well, it's hard, I think, to look past Matt Richards because he does look on form. There he is. He's such a fighter, and he does look in great shape. He was back very quickly after the Olympic Games. That's swimming lane 5, Jacob Mills. He's a big unit for a junior.
It's the last one. It's the fast one. Let's go, boys.
Richards in 4. Dean in 2. And 6 was Jacob Whittle. What a final. This could go anywhere. Painter in 1 could win it. Dean in 2, Cahoon in 3, Richards 4, Mills 5, Whittle 6, McMillan 7, Mildred 8. So to make the relay, they've got an average 48.26. Really good start in the centre. Also right at the top from Alex Painter. Super start from Painter. So lanes 4 and 1, Richards and Painter down this first 30 metres.
Very good start from all these boys, but as you just said, got to point out Richards and Painter in that one. Now we're going to see them speed up into this turn and smash the turn. They're probably going to use the full 15 on the wall to set them up for a very tight last 25.
1/10 of a second splitting those top 2. Absolutely brilliant to his feet. 22.86 it was from Richards. Coming back very quickly though in lane number 5, it's Jacob Mills. This is not over. Very interesting indeed. Let's get down this last 10. Matt Richards is leading at the moment, and it looks like he's going to a very quick time. Richards is going to get it. I think he does, yes. 47.92 in the top 2, making the qualification time for Singapore. Outstanding swimming. And this time, well, he's just made it in by 5 or 3 100ths, and that's outstanding. And the relays made it too, I can tell you. So 47.92 wins it for Richards. Very good swim. 47, anything is outstanding. 48.03 for Mills. Right exactly on his lifetime best. And third, Tom Dean up there in lane 2, 48.40. Wow, what a race that was. Amazing. Wow, Jacob Whittle was 4th, 5th was Painter, only just super close. But wow, look at that. So cool, so calm, so comfortable. Champion.
Oh, yeah, and honestly, Matt is such a great swimmer, obviously. He's so gracious, he's such a great guy. I'm looking forward to what he's going to say in this interview, but I just have to say how great a swim that was from Jacob Mills. I'm so happy that he made it under that Singapore time. Also to Tom Dean and to Jacob Whittle. That is going to be a rapid 4x100 freestyle in Singapore.
Well, it really is, because there's an awful long time to go, and some of those guys can get a lot more work under their belt since the Olympics. Certainly Tom Dean, he can get much quicker. Goodness me. 47.92, brilliant from Richards, defends his championship title. Extraordinary from Jacob Mills, new lifetime best, and he gets to go to Singapore. The top two do. Excellent swimming. Third was Tom Dean, Jacob Whittle fourth, Painter fifth. It was so close for third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Wow. Goodness me. Jacob Mills is just 17 and he's gone 48.03. Wow. Wow. Well, Dean at the top there, he's got 3 Olympic golds. Richards has got 2. What a set of men. Now talking to Betty Glover.
Well, everyone, we know our relay team for the 4x100 metre freestyle in Singapore. Jacob, I'm going to come to you first. You've made the team, you're going to Singapore. You must be really chuffed with that. Job done.
Oh, yeah, dead pleased with that. I mean, the 100 free just keeps getting better. I mean, every year we just keep improving, and we just got to do the best job we can, so glad with 4.
Well done, congratulations. Let's move over here and talk to Tom Dean. Tom, obviously you're pre-selected. This is the only event you're doing. You're sort of coming back after Paris. How do you feel about that?
Yes, pleasantly surprised, to be honest. Took a long break after the Olympics. That was always the plan. Gradual build back up, so just the 100 here. But it's great racing here. It's great racing these boys. It's going to be great racing on the relay with them at Singapore. Some for their first Worlds experience, which is always really special. So an absolute pleasure.
Very exciting. Well done. You are just a junior, Jacob. You are so incredibly young. You're on that plane to Singapore and you absolutely smashed that race.
Well, I can't really believe it, to be honest. That was pretty fast, so I'm really happy with that. So.
Are you almost surprised, or did you expect to do that?
I was moving training, so I kind of guess I was be near about there, so that was good for me. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. And Matt, you are British champion. Talk us through that race from start to finish.
Yeah, I think, first things first, I think I need to grow a couple of inches. These boys are making me look quite short. But yeah, no, it was a great race. I mean, it's amazing to see the depth coming through now. Youngsters like Jacob coming through as well is really exciting for the next cycle. So, yeah, it's shaping up to be a really nice relay team for this summer.
How do you move it forward? How do you improve between now and the summer?
I think we've always been quite good in Britain at this being the building block into the summer. You know, that's something that we've always been very good at across the whole team, is trying to move everything on from this meet. So everything that's learned now can be used to improve in the summer, and that's exactly what we'll try and do.
Well done. Congratulations. Everyone, give it up for our Singapore relay team.
Well, that really was brilliant, and I think I said it was right on his lifetime best, Jacob Mills. No, it wasn't. It was a huge lifetime best yet again. So fast for a 17-year-old, 48.03, and he qualifies by right on the individual 100 metres freestyle to go to Singapore this summer. Oh, that's great to see. Oh, that's lovely. Well, the top 4 really very good indeed, but that's the bronze medal to Tom Dean, an unbelievable silver medal to Jacob Mills from Repton. Wow, just 17 years of age, phenomenal. Not too surprised about this guy winning. He's an absolute class act. His mum presenting the medals, and he gets his gold for this, the men's 100 metres freestyle. 47.92 wins it, 48.03 second, and 48.40 in third. And well, there is the relay team, joined by Jacob Whittle, the 4th leg, and the average time they had to do was 48.26, and they achieved that comfortably. So a very, very good team indeed. Wow. Wow, I love watching those races. absolutely flew out, did Matt Richards. And see, there's a couple of other guys around and about who, with a little bit more training, I think could do very, very well indeed. Alexander Painter, his first 50 was like a rocket. He still went 48.47, 2 100ths behind Jacob Whittle, who finished in 4th. They may still take him as a relay alternate, you know. They really might. The selectors do have discretion. It would only be for the relay as an alternate, though, because the top 2 places there on the individual 100 metres freestyle will be taken by rights, and I'm sure both of those lads will do it. So, a brilliant final this evening, the men's 100 metres freestyle. I can't wait to hear what Betty and Dan have to say to summarise tonight. Brilliant.
What about that? We're just dissecting that amazing race. Unbelievable speed, unbelievable dynamism. And we know our relay team now for Singapore, don't we, Dan? Do you think they can do it? Do you think they can get world gold?
I think they could do anything. We've seen some amazing swimming all around tonight, but that was one of the highlights for me. Especially, I'm just going to say about Jacob Mills, because, like, so young, he's going to be going to this first major international meet of his life. He's not going to be blinking when he's in Singapore. He needs to take it, he needs to act like a sponge.
Yeah, he's going to be so, well, I imagine he is going to be absolutely thrilled with that. But when I just spoke to him, he just looked so chilled. He just looked like he, you know, all in a good day's work.
Yeah, he did. Because I know if I was him, I'd be jumping around poolside.
But he's just 17 years old. He's still a junior, of course. He's got so much time ahead of him. What do you think he could go on and achieve?
What do I think he could go under?
What do you think he could go on and achieve?
The world's his oyster. He's so young. Honestly, he could... I'm speechless, actually, because he's going to have such a good career ahead of him. He just needs to just enjoy it, take it in, and just enjoy every moment of it.
I also just want a word on Matt Richards, because he goes out so fast. He must be so hard to swim against, because you just always know he's just going to be right there in front of you. How do you cope with that?
Yeah, Matt always does go out like a bullet, doesn't he? And I can imagine it's quite demoralising swimming next to Matt, because he doesn't wait for anyone, as you shouldn't as an athlete. But it's just great, and just well done to Jacob, and well done to the other 2 boys as well. Such like Tom and Jacob as well. Such a good swim. Such a good swim. Also a brilliant swim from Angharad Evans in that 200-metre breaststroke. She was so impressive, wasn't she? I think she almost couldn't believe it. Yeah, I know. You could just see the look on her face, couldn't you? And I think her mum was more excited than her, actually. So where we sat, where me and Andy were sat commentating, her mum was stood right behind us. She was bouncing. It's so nice to see. We've also got a new British champion as well, haven't we? In the 1500 in the men's event, Rhys Grady. Brilliant swim. How do you feel about him taking your crown off you? Oh, he can have it. Enjoy it. Give it to him. Breathe it in and enjoy his moment. He deserved every metre of that. He was brilliant. Very impressed. He was indeed. Well, we will be back at the same time tomorrow for more amazing racing, more crowning of British champions, and more securing those spots on that plane to Singapore. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.